standing? Yes, okay, shoes off. So you might want to have your chair nearby. Also for our joy practice today, anytime you want to grab that chair, you can take a seat. Let's settle in and start to notice the air on our skin, the air entering our lungs, breathing freely, feeling joy this morning. During our practice, if that feeling of joy is not being felt during the pose, pulling back a little bit. Oh, I just have to send one more invite. Darn it. All right, let's get you started on your flowing mountain. I have to send one more Zoom link. Bring it down. So continue to flow through. I'm just going to be on my phone for 2 seconds. Technology. All right. A couple more of those flowing mountains and we'll turn that into a flowing airplane. We hinge halfway, focusing on the chest. So the chest is open up towards me and then facing the floor. A few more. Taking this time to connect with your breath, with your body, feeling joy flowing through us today like water. Last flowing airplane. And we can turn this into a big, full, flowing forward fold. Flowing through. So if you are taking care, if you tend to get dizzy, you could just stop halfway down with that airplane. Breathe. If your back feels okay, we can add a little back bend at the top of our move. Couple more. Last one, all the way up. Let's grab our right hand, tip over to the left. If you're on your chair at home, holding onto one side and reaching over. We'll release our hands, sweep it back up, grab the other hand, tip over, or if you're at home on your chair, reaching over. Let's draw our hands to our heart and step back into our moonflowers. So our left foot's going to step back down the length of our mat. We'll turn our toes out towards those long edges. Big breath up. Exhale, bending our elbows, bending our knees. Modifying for our knees if we're taking care by not going too far down. Okay, couple more. Let's turn it into a sunflower. Inhale up, exhale, hinge. All right, Jane is having trouble getting in. The other Jane, I'm just going to send her an email real quick. Wonderful. All right, one more of those sunflowers and we'll step back up to the top of our mat. Awesome, right up. We're going to really get the heart going this morning with, if you were with me on Monday, breath of joy for our joyful practice this week. So we're breaking down our inhale into 3 little sips. So instead of one big, it's, and then a big, I'll let Jane in just in time for the breath of joy, Jane. Hi, Jane. Okay, other Jane. 2 Janes, couple Karens. Okay, so it's a sip here, and then it'll be a sip as we open, a sip, the palms head face each other, and then a big, and you come back up. Sip, 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 and again. Great for your sinuses, you'll notice. Now, if you tend to get dizzy, obviously, don't go down so far. Just go down, take it slow. Feel the lungs. Open, 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 and let it go. A couple more. Just in time for our breath of joy. Feel free to make a big ah. Good job. Last one, unless you're feeling a little dizzy. All right, all the way up. Let's bring our hands back behind us. Open up across our chest. Feeling joyful. If it feels okay, you can do a forward fold, or you can stay up with me. So we're folding, or you're staying up, or even just reaching back behind you. If you missed the beginning, we're focusing on joy today, on heart expansion, back strengtheners. All right, release the hands, reach it all the way up, right up into our extended mountain, softening our knees. We're going a quarter of the way down, so hinging forward, the hips go back just a little bit. Let your core catch you. Breathe. Reaching, like you're passing something to the sun, but we're also anchoring down a nice foundation into our feet. Rising back up and bringing our hands to cactus arms, and we'll bring it in and out. For anyone that wants a little more sensation for this part of the class, chair pose is an option for cactus arms as we warm our shoulders. So in chair or no chair, or on an actual chair. I don't know how many more times I can say chair, but maybe a couple more. Last flow. If you are down in your chair, we'll come up. We got our forearms together. And then our hands will come to our shoulders. Open up, exhale back. So again, if you're wanting a little more sensation to start off your practice, we're down in our chair whilst we warm up our shoulders. Breathe. Slow down to match your breath. Amazing. All right, let's take those elbows in front of us, but some space this time. Lift them up. So we try to point them up towards the ceiling, and then back and down. So the shoulder blades separate, then they lift, then they slide back down to the spine. A few more. Warming up our shoulders, modifying as we need to, adding in or taking out anything that maybe will bring you a little more joy. Last one, don't forget about that core. We'll draw our right arm across the body, look down our right shoulder. Again, modified or more sensation, we find a chair. Bring our right elbow in front, take it up into a tricep extension. Can be in your chair or straightening out your legs. Feels so good. All right, open up those wings again. Draw the left arm across the body. Give it a little hug. You don't have to keep it extended if it feels better to give yourself a little hug. Looking down the opposite shoulder. Modifying if you want more sensation, sitting back into chair, or even closing your eyes, challenging your balance. Let's bring that left elbow forward, up, or whichever elbow you have, into a tricep extension. So our other hand just reaching somewhere The elf came today, everybody. The elf on the shelf today. Yeah. My guy's name is Shredder. He's very old. And let's release. Hands come back behind us one more time. We're focusing a lot this morning on our chest expansion. So if you'd like to fold again, you can, or you can stay up with me. If we do fold, let the head be heavy. Another fun fact, I swear I bought all my kids' advent calendars and hid them somewhere, and I can't find them anywhere. I tore my house apart. Oh, that's really, I know, I'm gonna go, okay, bring it in. I'm gonna go out today, buy all new advent calendars, and then I'm gonna find them in like 2 months. That way, and then the other, yeah, I know I did. I bought one at Toys R Us, Bernie, one of the times we were in Sudbury, the Harry Potter one. Oh. Harry Potter Lego advent calendar, like how cool. All right, enough fun facts of my day. Let's move on to our breath of, well, we did breath of joy. Now we'll do our sun breath. Big breath up, inhale. Halfway down into our airplane. Back up, breathe in. Full fold. We're looking back at our back of our mat, halfway lift, breathing in. So his shoulders go back from the ears. Fold again, breathe out. Let's inhale to chair this time. Exhale, pop up into mountain. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, halfway down, softening our knees. Inhaling back up. Exhaling, big fold or no fold, only halfway. Halfway lift. Folding again. Inhaling to chair today. Exhaling up into mountain, pressing into both of your feet. Let's try it again. Really focus on the connection through both of our feet. Halfway down, both of our feet. Back up, breathe in. Forward folding, anchoring through both of our feet. Halfway lift, check in with the feet. Fold again. Chair pose, both of your feet anchor. And then come up into mountain. So maybe you notice that you might naturally take the weight into one foot. Let's do it again. Rise up. Halfway down, both of our feet, chest is open. Back up, breathe in. We dive forward, fold. Halfway lift, chest is open. Choosing joy today, forward folding, sweeping up. Oh, look, I forgot the chair. Now we'll add it in right here. Exhale to chair. Inhale up. One more sun breath. So we reach up for the sun. Then we reach down towards the earth, halfway down, coming back up. And then a full fold towards the earth. Halfway lift. Feel the air. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale up into our mountain. Wonderful. All right, roll those shoulders around. We've got a nice long warm up. Yep. Now we'll move on to some fun poses. We're going to try dancer today, potentially, or we might just do a nice quad stretch. Let's go with our right foot to the top of our mat and your left foot lunging back into our warrior two. So bending our right knee, your right knee, and our warrior two today, our palms facing up, a little more open. Softening through our shoulders, reaching our fingertips in opposite directions. If you're at home or if you're using a chair, you could have a chair underneath your leg. Continuing still to anchor to the earth. Let's turn our palms down, reaching our right arm forward, and then coming back. Straightening out our right leg, so we're moving into triangle. You might want to bring your back foot in. I always feel like if it's too far away. So now again, we're opening through our chest. Let's turn our palms open and hinge down into our triangle pose, focusing on keeping our chest open. So if you need to modify or you want to enhance your practice by modifying it, those hands can go back behind you. You could have your right hand on your chair. You can have your left hand wherever you want to. Just widening across the chest. We'll rise back up, keeping our front leg pretty straight without a locked knee, and reach that arm long. So now we're opening up across the right side of your ribs. Feel that side of your body fill with air as you breathe in and breathe out. Joy, utmost happiness, simple and pure joy. We'll bend our right elbow and take our bend your right knee. Then take your right elbow on top and we'll reach up into a side angle. Still focusing on the chest opening. For anyone that wants more sensation or another layer to this practice, your right hand can go down to the mat or a block. And just for today, even if you've got your block or even the chair, we're turning our fingertips towards our back foot. Breathe. You can make any modifications you want to feel good. Your right quadricep should be feeling really good by now. Wonderful. Let's look at our front foot. If you've got your block, it comes in front. We lift our back heel, coming into more of a lunge, and we push to forward fold with or without our block. Letting our head hang heavy here. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhaling to chair. Exhaling to mountain. Let's do a couple sun breaths. Inhale, rise. Exhale, halfway down. Back up, breathing in. Exhale all the way down. Halfway lift, breathing in. Folding, breathing out. Inhaling to chair. Exhaling to mountain. If there's another one you want to try, you can, or stay with me. Back up, breathe in. Exhale halfway. Chest opens. Breathe in, reach up. Thumbs touch, maybe. Eyes close as we fold into full fold. Halfway lift, breathing in. Folding, breathing out. Chair, inhaling. Exhaling to mountain. Wonderful. Let's do that same flow, that same sequence on the other side. So if you've got your chair, you'll be moving it to the other side. Now our left foot coming, or adjust your clothes. That's what I got to do first. All right, left foot forward, right foot goes back. We're bending our left knee, or maybe putting a chair underneath it. So we're moving into our warrior two with our chest open. Our left knee bending. Yeah. You guys face whatever way you want to face. Close our eyes if it feels okay, and really reach between our fingertips, checking in with maybe our progress, our achievements in our practice, small joys. Reaching our left hand forward and then bringing it back, straightening out our left leg, turning our palms. So you wanted to give me a nice big hug. Let's all give ourselves a hug, actually. Reminds me of the hug I had from you, Jane, other Jane, Jane B. Open up, hinge down into our triangle pose. Make modifications if you need to by shortening your stance or using your chair. There's always a little softness in this front knee, so it's not locked. And then modifying, or just honoring your body and your shoulder by, if it feels better for you, tucking that hand back. We can check in with what our feet are doing and feel the earth beneath both of them. Notice anywhere that the air is gently touching your skin. Rising up with our left hand, coming up into our reverse triangle pose. Still pressing with both of our feet. Now we feel the openness on this left side of your body. So you feel some space and breathe. Amazing. Bending our left knee, placing our left elbow on top, reaching our right arm up. So many layers to this pose. I'll mention just a few. You can play around with taking the weight of your body, just unweighting your elbow, letting it hang out there. So you can tuck an arm back. You could bring your hands down to the mat or a block. And if it feels okay for today, we're turning our fingertips from facing the toes to facing back. So, but you want your fingertips to go towards your foot first for your opening. So it won't feel good if you try to do it this way. So fingertips towards the foot, then back. Whoa, unsteady. Wonderful. We'll turn our fingertips back, look at our front foot, lift our back heel as maybe we frame our front foot or go onto our block and step to forward fold. Exhaling. Let that head be heavy, my friends. Let the weight of your amazing head and brain stretch your spine, stretch your neck. Halfway lift, inhale. Chair, exhale. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands come to our sides. Let's do a couple sun breaths. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, halfway lift. I don't mean halfway lift, halfway down. Back up, breathe in. Full forward fold, exhale. Now I do mean halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair. Exhale, come up to mountain. Let's do it again. Inhale, sweep, lengthen, press into your feet. Exhale, halfway down, stretch the backs of your legs. Back up, breathe in. Big full fold. We're diving forward, hinging at our hips. Halfway lift, breathing in. Folding again. Inhaling to chair. Exhaling to mountain. Wonderful. Roll it out. Let's do a little joint churn for our ankles. Just do some circles on this side. Lots of icy ice to deal with out there today. So make sure those ankles are ready, lubricated. Other way. Other foot. You can always close your eyes and focus on balancing while you do this. All right, we need to focus on our balance. Then you're like, the mind is focused on balance. All right, we can have our hands to our hips, take that foot out, or maybe one on a chair here. Open and close that foot. Warm up our hip. And just notice, someone left our meeting. Hope they're okay. Point and flex. Still balancing. And the other side. We'll take it straight out, open and close, just our hip. So that movement's happening up here. Bring it neutral, point and flex. Wonderful. All right, a couple little hip circles, figure eight, go there and there. One more. Never understood how to do this. my hips do lie. Okay. All right. Oh, let's come right on up. We'll do another flow on the other side, and we'll have a peak pose of dancer. So if you've got your chair, it's going over to the other side. Our right foot to the top of our mat, our left foot back, heel goes down. If you're taking care of your knee, short stance, warrior one. Still a little bend, or even that toe facing more towards the short edge of your mat. All right, humble warrior. So we start chest expansion, bending our right knee. Our chest is facing towards our front knee. So we want to make sure that knee does not go in front of our toe. If you were to look down, perhaps you could gaze at your big toe from somewhere on the inside of your foot. And then bowing humbly down towards Mother Earth for humble warrior. If this is something that doesn't feel good, hands can come to our front leg, or you could even be in chest expansion here if you don't want to hold onto your legs behind you or your hands. You've got 5 breaths there. Oh, we lost Pauline. Rising up, my friends. Now we'll take our left foot, lift the heel, bring it in, take the heel down onto the mat. The hips are going to go back a little bit, and the crown of the head is reaching forward. For pyramid pose, it can stay right here. So we're feeling that stretch down the back of your right leg, or whatever leg is forward. Here you can make the chair your best friend. You could have blocks under your hands or keep your hands at your hips. Of course, chest expansion or cactus arms are also an option for today's practice. Let's bring our hands maybe to our chair or to our shin or our hips. We'll come halfway up. Step to forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Folding, breathing out. Inhaling to chair pose. Exhaling up into mountain. Let's flow through our sun breath. Rise up. Halfway down. Back up, breathe in. Full fold if that feels okay, or you can go halfway again. Halfway lift, also known as monkey pose. Fold again. Inhale to chair. Exhaling up into mountain. One more, or a vinyasa of your choice. Inhale, rise. Exhale, halfway down. Feel the chest still open. Back up, breathe in. For a forward fold. Halfway lift. Draw navel towards spine. Exhale, fold again. Chair pose, inhaling. Exhaling up into our mountain. All right, let's do that flow on the other side. So this time, our left foot going up to the tops of our mat. Your right foot going back. We're bending our left knee. And it's a warrior one. So our chest going towards that left knee, and we can reach our arms up, or cactus arms, or hands back behind us for chest expansion, because that's what it's about today, opening across our hearts, filling them up with a little bit of joy. You can humbly bow down if that feels nice for you, or your cactus arms if that feels better. Our natural state, joy. Experiencing joy in the moment and in our poses. And if we're not feeling joy, maybe lessening our pose or pulling back a bit. Let's bring our hands to our hips, lift our back heel, bring that back foot in a little bit until the heel goes down. Hips go back a little bit, and we're moving into our pyramid pose now, where perhaps a block is helping us, or that block is empowering and making our practice feel better. Modifications, of course, or more layers, cactus arms or chest expansion. But wherever we are, we feel a stretch down the back of your left leg or whatever leg is forward. Beautiful. Step to forward fold. Take your time. Let's take our hands onto our elbows and rock side to side. Feels amazing. We'll release those hands, halfway lift or monkey pose. Fold again, exhale. Chair pose, inhaling. Exhaling to mountain. Let's flow through again. Inhale, rise. Exhale, halfway down. Back up, breathe in. Now our full fold, we're diving forward, softening our knees, letting our head be heavy. Halfway lift, our gaze comes onto the mat in front of us. Fold again. Chair pose, breathing in. You can choose where you want your arms to be. Exhale, coming up into mountain. One more sun breath. Inhale, reach for the sun. Exhale, bow to the earth. Halfway lift, breathe in the air. Exhale, folding again. Inhaling to chair. Exhaling up into mountain. Wonderful. All right, let's move on to our dancer's pose. Chair is a really good friend for dancers. So is the wall, so is a strap. But you don't have to use a strap if you don't want to. We will be putting our right foot. There's another way to do this too. I'll show another option on the chair. So our right foot coming into our right hand. There we go. That's why the chair is a really good buddy right now. So take a moment to notice your knee wanting to go out to the side. We don't want it to go out to the side. We want that knee to be underneath our hip. And if it feels okay, now this isn't something you have to do, you take your grip to the inside of your foot. This is why we have a strap. Would a strap help, Bernie? You don't want to force it either. Yes, I see. Okay, so that's where you could be maybe in a chair, like so, something like that, where you don't have to force it. Okay, my dancers, think of this. You know the bow pose we sometimes do, laying on our belly, reaching back? This is just like bow. Then the other hand reaches up, or it stays on the wall, and we have a little hinge. But we check in with that knee, that it's not opening up out to the side. You can hinge wherever you want to. You feel the resistance. You lift your foot towards the sky and your other hand towards the sky. Think about balance. Let's do the other side. Oh, okay. So you could be using your chair again, taking a seat. Your left foot into your left hand. You're here maybe on your chair, or you're standing on your right foot. If it feels okay, you bring your hand to the inside of your foot. Just kind of opens up your shoulder a bit more. All right, so we check in with that knee and then we start to hinge. You can stay with your hand on your wall or reach our arm up into dancer. I think of a skater whenever I do this pose. I think of someone skating. Oh boy. Forward fold, exhale. That's a really good stretch for your quad and your knee. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Chair pose, breathe in. Exhale up to mountain. So that was our standing part of class, which was quite a bit of class, almost 3/4. So let's make our way down onto the mat. You can use a chair at the top of your mat to step gently back. Let's end in a seated position. On or off your bolster. I'm just going to adjust the angle for my peeps at home. There we go. I can see a little bit more, and I can see you. Okay, so much We're down. Whew, we're down. Yeah, we are not getting back up. Yeah, we could just stay here. So easy crisscross, or maybe this isn't easy. It shouldn't probably be called easy pose. If it feels better, you could be sitting on a block or two, or put blocks under your knees to help them out. All right, big breath up. Let's take our right hand over to our left knee, and then our right shoulder towards our right knee. A little twist or a little stretch. If this doesn't feel nice for your rib cage, you could always tuck your hand back behind you and just let gravity bring you closer to your knee. Let's rise up again, reach both of our arms up. And then left hand over across, and we tip over, anchoring into our backside. Making sure not to push ourselves past the point of joy today. Good. Let's rise up. Amazing job. We'll clasp our fingers together and hold on to the back of our neck. Just give ourselves a little neck massage with our thumbs. Feel lovely. Create some length. And if it feels okay today, we'll allow our head to drop. You can take your hands off if that feels too intense for the back of your neck, and just use gravity. A few more breaths. All right, we'll take our hands off first, then lift up our head, our right elbow in front and our left elbow coming underneath. So we're moving into our eagle. We're here for about 15 breaths, 10 or 15. If anyone wanted to try eagle legs, you'd uncross, take one knee on top of the other, and you'd sit back into your eagle. So there's a modification. You try to line up your right knee on top of your left knee, and there's some space between the heels. So just a modification. Obviously, you don't have to do this one. Just if you wanted to, we're here. Could even hinge forward. What? That's an intense stretch. All right, let's unravel. If you're doing your other eagle legs, cross them over. And sometimes it feels better to try it coming at it from that position, or you're in your easy crisscross. One side will feel way better than the other. Yeah.
This one's not going so well.
And then our left elbow on top of right, or whatever side you didn't do, or you're in your easy crisscross or crisscross. I'm changing that. It's now crisscross, that pose. We're calling it crisscross. If it feels better, you can take a little hinge forward, deepening the feeling of that stretch. We sometimes do this pose too. I think we've tried it on our backs. We've done some eagle crunches when we bring our elbows to our knees when we're laying back. All right, open up. We'll bring our feet out in front of us for a forward fold. So a lot of chest openers today. Now we're going to let it fold forward, hinging at our hips. Straps can be helpful here, or even if it felt better for you, a bigger bend in your knees, reaching forward. You can have a modified forward fold. Finding that point of resistance, not going past the point of joy today. Walking our hands up. Awesome. We're going to make our way onto our backs for our bridge pose. You could have a block or two handy. I'd love to show you restorative fish today. Do I have two blocks? Yeah, okay. But I just want to show it to you. So if you have a bolster, that's your other modification for this. We'll do bridge pose, but before I put you on your backs, I just wanted to show you this pose. We might spend some time in restorative fish. There's a block like this between your shoulder blades somewhere, and then the other block goes under your head. So we could go with there later on. I just wanted to show it to you. Your other modification would just to be having your bolster underneath here or in your regular Shavasana. Okay, now we'll roll back onto our backs, draw our knees into chest, take a little rock side to side, massage that lumbar spine down into the support of the earth. Feel the breath entering your body with each inhalation and let it go back out into the earth. We can turn our little rock here into a rocking happy baby by drawing the knees further apart, feet up, and rocking side to side. Can't help but feel joy in our happy baby, simple and pure, unassuming joy. Great job. Let's hold our happy baby, making any modifications that feel better for us today. Softening our jaws, our head down on the mat. Let's draw the knees together now and place the soles of the feet down on the mat. Then we'll walk those feet out a little bit. So if you have a block handy nearby, you can use that for your bridge pose, or you don't have to. We'll press into the feet to lift our hips up. You can slide your block under your lower back, or you could be using it to create more awareness for your inner thighs by placing it between your knees. Lots of ways to do it that. All right, different music. So we're either holding our bridge up, stretching and noticing the space across our heart, or we've got our block underneath. If we do have that block, we'll press into the feet, lift up and slide the block out now, bringing our hips back down onto the mat to move into our restorative fish that I showed a little bit earlier. If that's something you don't want to do today, you could even just put a block under your head or just lay there. We're going to be there for about 3 or 4 minutes before Shavasana. So if the restorative fish doesn't feel like super great for you today, you could just lay back down or put a bolster lengthwise. So yeah, one is between our shoulder blades and one is under our head. Somehow. Oh, so the block is not on the other block. Yeah. There we go. So it's set up kind of like a T. Great job. Just going to put my mask on and do a little adjustment. So we want to move this block down a bit further.
One in the middle? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that one? Okay.
And then lean back.
Okay.
Does that feel like you're able to relax?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're welcome. So you're in your restorative fish or any other pose of your choice to focus on expanding across our chest. I'll read a little bit to you today about joy. One of my books I'm obsessed with right now, threads of yoga. Joy describes utmost happiness and the experience of delight. And that experience is simple and pure. We can experience joy every day if we open up our hearts and our minds to recognizing it, appreciating beauty in the day-to-day tasks, the day-to-day scenery that surrounds us, taking moments to reflect each day on our well-being and our achievements. We can feel some joy in our yoga practice by encouraging lots of happiness with each breath. A natural state of joy is unassuming, unadulterated, and honest in its expression. Throughout the rest of your week or day, consider what brings you joy in your life. Maybe it's an experience that you happen to have all the time, or that happened to you long ago. Some mantras to use throughout our day. If maybe we're standing in a line somewhere, it's taking a long time. Breathe in and choose joy in the moment, letting go of any negativity. So we can stay right now in our restorative fish pose or moving into our regular shavasana. So you may want to roll over onto one side and then put those blocks underneath, one underneath each knee, or a bolster underneath. Relaxing the weight of our body down. And our meditations this week for most of the classes have been on loving kindness. So take a moment to settle in to your version of Shavasana, whatever it might be for today's body. Relaxing the weight of your body down into the earth. Feeling weighted, feeling secure, feeling warm. Take a moment to think about what makes your heart sing. Maybe it's swimming, hanging out in a bookstore, dancing. Maybe it's yoga, hiking, biking. Contemplate for a moment what brings you joy. Maybe once a season, like in the fall, spring, and summer, prioritizing, or just check in with what you're prioritizing. Taking time in your life for something that you truly enjoy. Just as you would tell your close friends, and I know you all would, to take time to tend to their happiness. You can show the same care to yourself. Honor who you are by listening to and following your hearts. Making any last adjustments now before we settle in for our loving kindness meditation. Allow your body and your mind to relax. Soften the top of your head, your jaw, your chest, your belly, your hips, your knees, your ankles, softening the soles of our feet from our head to our toes. Bringing your attention inward. And take a moment to feel as if your deeper self is sending you love. Repeating to yourself silently in your mind, may I be safe. May I be free from pain. May I be happy. Send yourself loving kindness. May I be safe. May I be free from pain. May I be happy. Now turning our attention to a loved one. Perhaps someone who needs a little extra support today in this moment. Feel that person in your heart. Picture that person in your mind's eye and ask, may they be safe. May they be happy. May they be free from pain. Shifting our attention to a more neutral person, someone maybe you don't know very well or is a stranger. You don't have good or bad feelings towards this person. Picturing them. May they be safe. May they be free from pain. And may they be happy. And now thinking of a person who has caused some tension or difficulties in your life. Don't think about it too much, but select a person for whom you wouldn't normally necessarily send loving kindness to. You don't need to condone their behavior. Just picture this person or human being and send them kind and loving thoughts. Notice any emotions that arise and breathe through them. May they be safe. May they be free from pain. May they be happy. Lastly, let's picture the world. Maybe a small ball or a globe. Anything that feels good for you. And bring to mind all living things, all living beings, all our relatives, the animals, the humans, all our relations. Let's send a heartfelt loving kindness to them today, to everyone, everywhere. May all beings be safe. May all beings be free from pain. And may all beings be happy. We're here in our meditation for 4 or 5 more minutes of just some peaceful contemplation, or let the mind go. Let go of thoughts and just focus on your breath. before we become fully aware or out of our Shavasana today. A few quotes I'll share with you. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. It's from Ralph Emerson. Happiness is part of who we are. Joy is the feeling. And that one is from Tony DeLiso. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Gautama Buddha. Happiness is closer to the experience of acceptance and contentment than it is to pleasure. True happiness exists as the spacious and compassionate heart's willingness to feel whatever is present. That one's from Noah Levi. So let's wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes. Make some small movements to our hands and our feet. No rush whatsoever. Take your time to awaken your neck by moving your head side to side. When you're ready, you can take a moment to roll over onto one side. Choose which one you want to and make your way up to an easy seated position. Maybe in our crisscross, I did it again, said easy, maybe our crisscross position or our legs out a little bit straighter. Let's check in with where we are positioning our chest. Is it stacking on top of our pelvis? Are we leaning forward, leaning back? Just check in and try to find a neutral spot. Big, beautiful breath up. Take in some joy today. Give some joy today. Exhale our hands to our heart. One more big breath, noticing all those little things. If it feels okay to bow towards the earth, you can. Namaste, everyone. At home and here, thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely Wednesday, and I'll see you guys online or in person. Just let me know. And if I forget a link, sorry about that, Jane B. I forgot your link. I will make sure to send all the rest of them to you. Bye, everybody. Have a good day. Spread some joy. I know you all will. I have no doubt.